Welcome to No Strings Attached Ministries. Today, I started on another journey, and got really cold last night. I noticed a lot of people were out. It was just really getting really cold. I did bring right before I left on this trip, I had a lady call me right out of the blue and saying that she had a bunch of blankets and a bunch of hats and stuff. I thought that I might, know the people to give them to because I deal with the homeless a lot. I said, sure, man, I'm always ready for that. And so I loaded up and took out and did a started on another journey, and I brought them with me. Glad I did, because there's an awful lot of people out there that I found that was really in bad shape, especially last night. I give out all my little heaters that I normally make, or that I put together. It's the little Bunsen burner. I use one as well for my cooking, but this is what I usually use. I can pick these heads up for about $12, and then the bottle of gas, and that way they can carry it with them in their backpacks and not have any problem with it. But I usually store these up as I can make a few bucks during the year. I'll buy a bunch of them up. I brought 37 of them with me and give them all out, and they work really well. I like those because they'll keep them, and they'll buy the fuel because it's only like $2.75 a bottle, for the fuel, and that fuel will last them, quite a few days, so they can, in the real coldest time of the night, they can actually warm themselves up. This here is another one that I did as an emergency last night. I call this my grease pot burner. I just take a simple piece of cardboard like this and roll it up. Cut it on both sides where once I get it rolled, and I'll cut it to where it's parallel, and I can fold it in itself, and it holds itself together. And it's just a little pod that sits down inside. It burns fairly clean, as you can tell. I mean, it's not really that bad, even for an inside of a car or something like that for an emergency. I mean, it costs so much to run your gas and everything else. And I mean, I've got the propane heater in my truck, and I'm okay. I'm good with that. I'm set up pretty good. But I like to offer things that I can help people that are that are desolate out there, and try to get away that they can stay warm. So I buy usually the little I don't have any with me, the little foil like space blankets they call them. They do really good at cutting the wind down, and I'm really happy with that. Now once this here solidifies and actually melts all the way down, it actually comes to a level. It's almost like a candle, it's like a big candle. And I do some in wax that I use, they do okay. I do a little pot heater that that I use in the van, and it's just a couple clay ceramic pots, and I found that on YouTube. And I take those there. They were just using just a regular little small candle, but I actually made one of these with 3 little pods like this in it with wax. And then I can just ignite 1 or 2 or however many that I need to maintain the temperature in the truck. And I have it hanging from up here. And it hangs up here, and the pot sits around here, and then it's on chains, and it got another pot inside, and this goes inside that pot. So it's self-contained, it's out of the way, it's not going to catch on fire or nothing like that. I can't knock it, it's all the way up in the very front of the van. So I try to do it that way for myself, and it's a lot cheaper. I mean, I can build one of them for about $17 for the candle, but Lord, the candle lasts. Oh my God. Last time I burn it for at least 3 weeks, I would say, you know, solid. I mean, this thing lasted like forever overnight. I mean, it just would burn and burn and burn. I bet you have every bit of 200-300 hours on it. I mean, they're ridiculous. I mean, you know, so it's for the $12. I can't buy propane even on a big cylinder and get that kind of heat generation and energy consumption. So it's a lot cheaper. These here are even cheaper yet to build. I've never actually burnt one of these completely down, so I'm not sure how long it'll last, but I guarantee you this one here has already been burning for almost 6 hours. And so you can see it's not even fully really even melted even the, you know, the lard. It's what this is just regular shortening. I get just a no-name brand shortening, you know, vegetable shortening. Or you can use lard or any kind of oil, you know, like you can even use vegetable oil, you can use olive oil, you can even use motor oil if if you want it. Or you can go to the restaurants and get, you know, some of their at night, real late at night when they're getting ready to close, and a lot of times they're cleaning their fryers and stuff like that, and they'll give you some of their leftover fryer oil. Of course, everything smells like French fries. But, hey, it works, you know, and it does well. I done that a few years back, you know. I went to that route once before. I try to use a lot of this kind of sustainable knowledge and teach the guys out there on exactly how they can survive and still get away with. These are really good at heating up tents. You know, take it right in their small tent, and I just tell them to put it on a couple rocks or a couple bricks or something to keep it up so it don't get hot, you know, because it don't get really hot, but it does get hot. It gets like a candle, you know, it can burn you, but it's safe. And what I like about these tins is that it's got the lid, and you know, if an emergency or something happens or the oil catches fire or whatever and it gets out of control, all you got to do is just close it down, and it self-extinguishes itself. It doesn't have any smoke, nothing. It just self-extinguishes itself. And then you can take that and you can store that away. And once it cools off, you know, you can put that up because it'll gel back up and it'll turn back to the white, you know, the white lard again, and it'll turn right back up. Now, what I also tell them is to use it to cook. You know, I had some little $1. Well, they were bread warming racks is what I used, and they were not like a grill, but they looked like a little grill. And I would just take them and just set them right on top of that. And for like cooking a hot dog or heating up a can of chili or something like that, you know, you just set the can right on top of that and heat it up, and then, you know, take it off and eat their meal right out of the can. So it really, you know, try to help them up. And that way, you know, something warm always goes better. You know, it always goes down better and it lasts longer. Helps them heat up a cup of coffee, you know, if you want to make your own cup of coffee or boil water or whatever, you can do it on these. It's actually a very good survival type idea even for people to store up in their house. I mean, you can store this forever. Good thing is, even if the oil goes rancid, it's not going to hurt anything. It's still going to burn. So, you know, that's why I'm saying you can use just about any kind of old leftover oils or any kind of used oils. It's a good thing to use when you fry, you know, like if you're frying, let's say you're frying bacon. And you know how everyone walks around with their bacon grease, and they're like, uh-oh, what am I going to do with this crap, you know? And they'll put it in a jar and throw it in the garbage, or they'll dump it down a sink or whatever. It's really bad for your plumbing in your house, so don't do that. But, you know, and I just tell them, I said, just take it, dump it right in the pot when you get done. You know, extinguish your fire, pour the grease right in your pot, and it gives more fuel. So it's actually cooking pork, you know. I like to repurpose things like that. That's how my mind works. So just thought you would like to see this one and see if this might just tickle your soul. But anyway, I'm back out on a journey, and I'm running a little low on myself, so I couldn't afford to do a lot. But I spent what I had, you know, and I got them, and I was able to put another 20 of these together. So I got enough, hopefully enough lard and enough of these little tin cans to make up 20 of them, and I'm in the process of trying to get most of those made up for tonight, because I know I'm going to be finding more tonight because I'm going to a whole different area. But that's what I'm out for, and I think that's why God sent me out this time, was just to sort of help out my homeless people. And who knows? I'm on my other journey. It could be a couple of days. It could be a month. Who knows? But I just let God lead me. He's driving the van, and we'll just go from here and see what happens. But God bless all of you, and keep me in your prayers. Thanks for checking in. Bye.